Imagine climbing 300 feet uphill in the snow just to get some work done. It sounds strange, but for some Minnesota employees, it's just another day on the job. In tonight's extra, ringing phones, computer glitches, you know the drill, those annoying on-the-job distractions that can keep you from getting your work done.
But employees at Two Harbors Outdoor Gear Company have found a way to ditch those distractions and dive right into their jobs. They escaped to a place called The Hut, where they can design and test new products without all the hassles. And tonight, that is exactly where we're heading with KARE 11's Ken Speake.
It was quiet, fresh snow. Here and there, the trace of a breeze rattled last summer's maples. This is what has drawn people north. The wilderness still draws people. These folks from their Two Harbors sewing shop.
All right. Cool, what you got in your sled?
I got a snowboard and a pair of skis.
You do? I thought you were kidding.
It might appear as if they're going out to play. Playing hooky, if you will. But the owners of that sewing shop were snowshoeing a half-mile and climbing nearly 300 feet so they could get some work done. Their destination, the hut.
The whole hut is powered by these 4 solar panels.
A design hut for high-tech outdoor gear. Fully stocked and equipped with 3 sewing machines, which tend to get a little stiff in the cold.
We figured out the quickest way to warm them up is to get them right next to the wood stove.
Jeff Knight and Dan Cruikshank run Granite Gear. Started it in the Twin Cities 10 years ago. They see themselves as designers.
In a few minutes we'll be able to use that.
And growing their business was getting the best of them.
When we were at the shop during the week, if we tried to design, there'd always be somebody coming by and saying, you know, how does this work? Or what do we need to do here? And we'd have just constant interruptions.
139 amp hours.
So they built their hut, and they and designer Tricia Ryan escaped to it twice a week to create that accessory compression panel, for example, which can be used to press a pair of snowshoes to the back. Or perhaps a snowboard.
Think you'd put it on bindings towards the pack?
So maybe 1, 2, 3 of them?
I was thinking cross right here.
You're pulling a seam that way.
Try a different configuration here.
What about
What about? What if? The talk, the sewing, the questioning, the rebuilding, that's when their design work really moves. When Dan Cruikshank, Jeff Knight, and Trish Ryan have large blocks of uninterrupted time.
I like that idea.
And then afterward, they can step outside the door and be in the wilderness, where they can test their creations immediately.
It looks like it's riding just a little bit too high.
Actually feels good.
Where they can celebrate
All right, are we set?
the outdoors. Ken Speake, KARE 11 News, near Two Harbors.
Granite Gear equipment is currently on display at the Walker Art Center in downtown Minneapolis. The exhibit, called Wild Design, Designs for the Wild, runs through January 5th.